Sarah and Mark were avid travelers, always seeking new adventures in the most remote corners of the world. Their latest expedition took them to the dense, untamed forests of the Pacific Northwest. Armed with camping gear and a thirst for exploration, they embarked on a journey that would test the limits of their courage. After hours of hiking, they stumbled upon an old, weathered map that seemed to point to an unmarked destination deep within the woods. Intrigued, they decided to follow it, believing it might lead to a hidden gem off the beaten path. Little did they know that they were about to uncover a chilling secret. As the sun dipped below the treetops, they reached a clearing and found an abandoned cabin, its time-worn wood blending seamlessly with the surrounding wilderness. Its windows were shattered, and the door hung ajar, inviting them to explore. Despite a nagging sense of unease, their curiosity got the best of them, and they entered the cabin cautiously. Inside, they discovered a room filled with tattered furniture and decaying remnants of what had once been a cozy living space. The air was heavy with the scent of mold, and the dim light from their flashlights cast eerie shadows on the peeling wallpaper. The cabin appeared to have been abandoned for decades, frozen in time. As Sarah and Mark ventured further into the cabin, they found a locked door at the back. Determined to uncover the cabin's mysteries, they forced it open. To their horror, they were greeted by a room filled with dusty, ancient journals, each containing the ramblings of a deranged writer. The journals spoke of a malevolent presence that haunted the woods, a vengeful spirit known as the Forest Wraith. According to the writer's accounts, the Wraith had driven the cabin's previous occupants to madness, compelling them to perform unspeakable acts before disappearing into the woods, never to be seen again. Fear began to gnaw at Sarah and Mark as they realized that the forest around them had grown eerily silent. The once vibrant chirping of nocturnal creatures had ceased, leaving an oppressive stillness in its wake. They knew they needed to leave, but as they turned to exit the cabin, they were met with a bone-chilling sight. Standing in the doorway was a shadowy figure, its form indistinct and its eyes burning with malevolence. It was the Forest Wraith, the entity described in the journals. Paralyzed with terror, they watched as the Wraith approached, its presence suffocating. Desperate, they fled deeper into the cabin, searching for an escape route. The Wraith pursued them relentlessly, its whispers filling their minds with madness-inducing thoughts. Sarah and Mark's sanity began to unravel as they realized that escape from the forest was impossible. In a final act of desperation, they barricaded themselves in the cabin's attic, hoping to evade the Wraith's grasp. With trembling hands, they clung to each other, knowing that they were trapped in a nightmare from which there was no awakening. The forest swallowed their cries for help, and the cabin in the woods became their tomb, a testament to the horrors that lurked in the darkest corners of the world, waiting to ensnare unsuspecting travelers who dared to venture too far from the safety of civilization.